Always tell your partner before you act. Don't leave a relationship until you've warned your partner several times. Until you've shown him or her all the dangers. Your relationship. But above all, until you've verified that you may be the cause of this bad behavior. But you must always warn the other person of the dangers that threaten your relationship. This presupposes that you have a global vision of the relationship, that you are aware of your limits, your qualities, and those of your partner. Those of your partner, but also of his or her limits, and that you also have the ability to see if there's a risk of a relationship breakdown, to see if there's some kind of compatibility. Because compatibility, as far as I'm concerned, is not about being made for each other. Above all, it's about making sure that we share a common desire to improve ourselves, to build something together. Because, as I've often said in certain videos, neither of us was born for the other, but each of us can make an effort to suit his or her partner. So, we must always warn our partner. Again, this implies that we must constantly develop this ability to see dangers coming in the couple. Because many couples also break up because they don't pay attention to all those signs, to all those warning signs that tell them, oh, there's such and such a thing that's not working, we shouldn't ignore it. There's such and such that's working well, we should focus on it. We don't pay attention to all these signs, and yet they're there. You're going to see people arguing about the same thing for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. But that's not normal. It means that either one of the partners totally refuses to change. Or there's someone who says, okay, I'll put up with it until the end, but in that case, no more complaining. But we have to make these efforts, and we have to do it together. For example, it's important constantly asking ourselves questions. Do this exercise, for example, once a week, perhaps on a Sunday, or on a day that suits you. Preferably in the morning, when you've just woken up and have nothing else to do during the day, or when you can put things off, maybe take an hour. Ask each other questions. Ask each other what they like about him or her, and what the other doesn't like either. And above all, your partner shouldn't just tell you what he or she doesn't like. Your partner must also suggest solutions, because otherwise it remains a reproach. And yet, the remark must be accompanied. Proposals, solutions. But it doesn't matter what you do. You need to constantly work on your ability to see danger coming. You need to be able to find solutions to anticipate, to avoid the worst. Because if you haven't done this work, if you haven't both done this work, you're going to be surprised by huge problems, by huge misunderstandings, by separation, plain and simple. And that's not what you want. Unfortunately, many couples break up simply because they didn't bother to see the danger coming, and yet they lurk every day at the slightest argument. The danger is there because it can get out of hand and lead people to say things or have attitudes which, unfortunately, lead to definitive consequences. But we have to see things through. And we mustn't leave, as I said at the beginning of the video, without telling the other person. There you go. That's the way you behave. You asked me to improve. I'm doing it. Maybe I have. But you don't want to change. So tell yourself that one day, we'll have to part ways. It won't be my will. It won't be yours. If, up to a certain point, we won't have done anything to make things work between us. Because I don't have to put up with your behavior. You don't have to put up with my bad habits. We don't have to put up with each other. No, in a couple, we don't put up with each other. We don't take each other as we is. No. We make an effort. And I'm especially giving this advice because neither of us will be happy to learn that overnight without where his partner left the relationship, without telling him. So we owe it to our partner. But better still, instead of talking about separation, this video is about to invite you to see the danger coming. Talk, ask questions, see what you can do better, look at what you can offer your partner to improve, and build the relationship you've been dreaming of ever since. And you can. And that's it. That's all for this video. See you soon for the next one. Bye-bye.